Joined by FS1 NBA analyst Chris Broussard. Thank you for joining us.
Great to be back. Yes, good to be back.
We've been looking forward to it. Just in time. So where will those Lakers finish in the West, in your opinion?
Skip, you know, both you guys, I've been saying since LeBron went there and Rondo and all those guys, 53 wins and LeBron James is the MVP. Now, I heard you earlier, you said 51. That might be a better prediction. I'm going to stick with my 53, but above 50.
You're disqualifying your own pick?
No, 51, 53. I'm sticking with my 53. I'm just saying 51 might be
somewhere between 55 and 51, or I don't know.
Nah, I won't go that high, because I may be a little high with 53. But here's my rationale, and I'm gonna say third in the West. I'm gonna say third in the West.
Now you like Chris.
By the way, who do you have second, just so I know?
I mean, I think like everybody I've had, Houston, obviously that wasn't very encouraging last night. But, you know, I'll stick with Houston. I think LeBron is going to be more focused this regular season than he has been in the past few. Because in Cleveland, let's face it, the last 3 or 4 regular seasons, it's all been about June. It's all been about getting to the finals, seeing what we could do. This year, he won't admit it, and he shouldn't. But inside, I'm sure he knows it's a very much of a long shot that we beat Golden State in the finals, right? So I think he's going to be a little more focused on the regular season, number one. Secondly, I think he really wants that MVP. 5 would tie him with Michael Jordan, and then he'd be the player at the latest in his career to win it. 16th year right now, it's Karl Malone, 14th. I think LeBron really wants that. To get the MVP, they're going to have at least 50 wins. That's how it's been, other than Westbrook when he had the triple-double.
LeBron could shatter that mold.
You think so you think something like 45 wins he could get MVP?
47, 48. Just if they make the playoffs.
If they're close.
If they just make the playoffs with kids and cast-offs, that would be the narrative.
I don't think he could get it in 7th, 8th, or the 8th seed. 6th if it's close, you know, but maybe it'll change because Westbrook did get it without,
Could he average a triple-double? Yeah, he could. Seriously.
Well, look, in this day and age, let's face it, with the offenses spread out,
and the pace,
these numbers that we're seeing, everybody's putting up huge numbers. You saw, it's only game 1, but Ben Simmons gets 15 rebounds. Anthony Davis last night. Like, you may see a lot of guys with these huge numbers. I mean, the fact that Westbrook's averaged a triple-double 2 years, I don't think you could do that 10, 15 years ago because the pace was so much different.
Alfred Payton last night had a Jason Kidd triple-double, 10, 10, and 10.
Yeah, so and LeBron's typical numbers, while they're great, 27, 8, and 7, it may be a lot of guys putting them up. They won't average to shoot 54% from the floor like he probably will, but they could put those types of numbers up. So here's the key to me for the Lakers. LeBron James has to be off the ball and in the post more than ever. Now, not exclusively. You want him handling it sometimes, but they got too many guys that are worthless without the ball. What's Rondo without the ball? What's Lonzo without the ball? Even Lance Stevenson. Those that know LeBron best have told me he will willingly play off the ball if he trusts the decision-making of a teammate, and that's where Rondo comes in. And maybe eventually I think Lonzo or even Brandon Ingram could get there. So, but if LeBron plays his typical way, bringing it up court 70% of the time, driving and looking to kick out the shooters, they're in trouble.
Yeah, because they don't have shooters.
Kicking out to shooters.
That's the thing. Who?
Really?
I'm with you. If they play that way,
no.
They don't want to play that way, but if it degenerates into that because that's LeBron's instinct and he's the best player, it could be a long year.
And are they going to play any defense?
Well, the thinking that they've had when they put the team together was, let's get a bunch of guys that can switch everything. And we're versatile, we're long, we got some positionless guys. I think they're capable of doing it. You got McGee at the rim. I'm not trying to make him out to be Shaq, but he's at the rim, to protect the rim. And you've got long guys. Ingram could be a good defender.
Could be if he wanted to be.
Right, if he wants to. So.
But what we've seen from LeBron, when he was in Miami, the only guy he really trusted to handle the ball, I mean, Rio handled the ball some, was D-Wade, and when he went back to Cleveland was Kyrie. He had no problem playing off the ball with those guys. Kyrie, because Kyrie could dance with the ball, give LeBron a break. Now, Kyrie had the ball. Kyrie wasn't looking to get other people involved.
Yes.
Kyrie was looking to get Kyrie involved, which I had no problem with that, because let Kyrie dance. I wanted to see it. Give LeBron a break. D-Wade was getting everybody involved. This is what concerns me, though, Skip, is that you and I have talked about this. When you have so many guys that can handle the ball and can initiate the offense, what good is Lonzo? I mean, Lance Stevenson, with the second unit the other night, he almost exclusively had the ball. Brandon Ingram, we saw the entire game, Skip. Basically, Brandon Ingram had the ball in his hand.
He did.
And we know LeBron, when rubber needs to meet the road, LeBron James is going to have the ball in his hand. Rondo's been a point guard his whole career, so we know he can obviously initiate the offense. He's been led the league in assists 4 times. He's been an all-star. He's been an all-star. He's been a point guard on a championship caliber team. But I still believe that he wants to play off the ball, because he's like, man, this will be a lot of stress off of me if I can play off the ball. 51 wins, 51, because LeBron James, I already know he's good for 13 to 20.
And that's down from 54. Which
I was right. You keep coming down.
Here's the thing, Chris. I originally said they're going to win somewhere between, what I said, 53 and 55. I wanted to go 53. You, Skip, forced me to have the courage of your conviction, take 55. I split the difference with him and went 54. But after watching them play and watching them shoot, I said, ain't no way. Yeah, I said, I went 51, but I'm going to 3rd seed. You got them 7th seed, which is disrespectful.
I have LeBron's Hollywood Lakers winning 47 games and finishing 7th in a loaded West, especially loaded at the bottom. And I'm going to say this one more time. It is mind-boggling to me how the Portland Trail Blazers finished 3rd in the West last year and now are picked by most people to finish out of the playoffs. Right. What, 10th, 11th? From 3rd, plummeting, and they lost Shabazz Napier, and they added Seth Curry. Not Steph Curry, but Seth Curry.
Who can shoot?
Okay, he's not bad.
Yeah.
And this happened, and I got to think Portland tonight is like, watch this, man. I think at home on, Thursday night national TV, they're a 3-point favorite. I think they're going to do a number on LeBron and company. He's lost his last 5 there. And in LeBron's debuts in Miami and in his return to Cleveland, he had 8 turnovers in both those games. They lost at Boston, and then they lost at home to the Knicks when he went back to Cleveland the second time. So I don't like this matchup tonight for this young and old team.
LeBron gonna show you.
Okay.
You remember what happened last time he was there?
Okay, but I know he's going to show me, because I am with Chris on this. He will win the MVP, and he will lead this league in scoring, and I will not be surprised if he
You think he'll
averages
lead the league in scoring?
Yes, I do. 32 a game. That's what I think he'll average.
No, you know how many shots that's going to take?
What did I tell you yesterday? He's going to have the greenest lights this side of Christmas. It's going to be all Christmas lights all year long for LeBron. Just green. Well, seriously, because the pieces don't fit to me. They have 4 point guards, and the best point guard on the team is that guy. He's still the best point.
No question.
There's nobody. He's the best passer in basketball.
He threw some passes in the preseason that he hadn't thrown.
Right.
He's just sensational. Like, he's the best. He needs the ball. I get what you're saying. I know your heart says, oh, in this team I need to post up more, or whatever, you want to play off the ball. I get that. But when push comes to shove, it's just, he's born to have the basketball.
Because he's the only guy that can handle the ball on the Lakers roster that you must get the ball out of his hand. They're not trying to get the ball out of Rondo's hand. They're not trying to get the ball out of Lonzo's hand. They're trying to get the ball out of LeBron's hand, and now he can kick. But what's he going to kick it to? That's not Corver. That's not JR. That's not a Mike Miller.
I told you, the hardest coaching job I've ever seen going into a season is what Luke Walton faces, because I don't know how the pieces fit, and he's going to have to mix and match and find some way to finish games. And when it's time to finish games, I know what Coach James is going to tell him. He's going to say, I want Lance in there. I want Beasley in there. I want the guys who've been there and done this. But I want JaVale. He'll want the vets in there.
They're going to have to run, too.
Oh, yeah.
And you know what? I've already told him. The reason I was more bullish through the preseason than you were, this is going to be the most fun team to watch in basketball, because they're going to push it like crazy. Yeah. Josh Hart can play defense if he locks in and wants to. And by the way, LeBron's going to love Josh Hart. He'll be their glue guy.
Yeah, I agree.
He'll play a lot.
Well, put it like this here. You say they got young guys, you say they got kids, and they got cast off. Well, here's what LeBron should call Luke Walton. He should call him MacGyver. Because if he can put all these pieces together and make it work, because you know MacGyver be stranded somewhere, he had a clothespin, a toothpick, and some gum, and the car would start driving. He'd start driving the car. So if Luke can put all this together and make it work, Luke gonna get Coach of the Year too. If he put this here together, well, has anybody ever gotten Coach of the Year with LeBron on their roster?
Mike Brown.
Mike
Did he?
Yeah.
Mike Brown in Cleveland. First stint. I think it might have been
With 66,
when they won 66.
66 and 16.
LeBron second to last year. First stint, yep.
Okay.
Or maybe it was the last year.
Maybe last year.
But because he might have got fired right after.
Yeah, because they remember because they
They
lost,
won 66
they lost
and
to
61
They-
his last 2 years there.
Now
One of
Mike-
those 2 years he
Now
won.
Mike's going to get him another ring this year in Golden State, right?
Yeah, I mean, I can't. Look, I think we all know how it's going to end, but I think the journey's going to be exciting. There's all these
Look
other
at it.
stories.
See, we get so caught up in the
we all
destination.
know how it's going.
We get caught up in the destination. We get caught up in the
Right.
destination. You wanted to go to Aruba, but you didn't look at all the beautiful places that you flew over to get to Aruba. See, that's what LeBron says, you know what? I got so caught up the last 8 years in this destination, the finals. I forgot what it's like to smell the roses along the way. So now he's in L.A. The weather is nice. The flowers always bloom. The palm trees are always blowing in the wind. He's like, I'm going to enjoy this. But next year, he got something for you.
I think there's truth to that. I think he's going to enjoy a season where the expectation isn't finals or bust, right?
the first time in his career.
Right.
There's
Right.
no expectations.
Sometimes you get caught up in breathing, you don't inhale.
Yeah. And also he's going to have to stop and smell roses like the Timberwolves, who I don't have in the playoffs, or the Spurs, who I don't have in the playoffs.
You don't have the Spurs
I don't
in?
have the
Really?
Spurs in the
I
playoffs. They
think
lost
they're
their point
definitely
guard.
getting in.
Really?
That hurts, but Pop, I don't think Pop needs much. And they still have 2 All-Stars.
Well, then
People are
so-
acting like they don't have 2 All-Stars.
Maybe I better bump the Lakers down to 8.
Show enough look good.
You got
like
him
that.
as the MVP, LeBron?
Yeah,
We got
oh,
him.
yeah. I mean,
That
I
part
told,
we agree.
It's a runaway.
Anthony Davis, I don't know.
Anthony Davis will be close.
If they have a good season,
but my guy Show Enough looked good in Toronto. Did he look good last
oh
night?
yeah.
Look at
you don't even say his name anymore.
Who are you talking about?
You know we know about old Show
He
Enough.
must
I don't
be
say his
Real
name.
good.
He
You
healthy.
won't say
I don't say his name.
He healthy.
That was your guy.
Up north.
Danny Green.
That was
looked,
your
Danny
guy.
Green looked good last
Danny
night.
Green.
He looked really good. How are you, Danny?
Oh, man. He healthy. I told you.
They're
He got
going to be tough. They got
he healthy. Ooh,
They
he
got a
healthy.
shot out there.
He
No,
healthy.
he won't stay healthy long.
Don't do that, Skip. Don't do that.
He'll come up
Too
with-
soon.
Knock on wood. You always knock on wood when you
not
talk about
knocking
guys.
on any wood.
Wow.
I'll help you. I'll knock on wood for you. Did Kevin